Hi, it's Bruce. Good morning. It's Sunday, April 5th, plowing into spring and plowing through with our theater-going marathon because there's so many great shows that are opening and have been opening. Our favorites so far, Hair, Blithe Spirit, God of Carnage, and Reasons to be Pretty. They're all worth seeing. Unfortunately, last Sunday we went to Impressionism, a new play by Michael Jacobs. Not so great. A very nice production directed by Jack O'Brien, you know, you can see the money there, and starring, one of the reasons we wanted to go is it stars Jeremy Irons and Joan Allen. Now, I'll just be short on this because I can't quite recommend it. The audience was, we were in the mezzanine, it was really about half full. The audience wasn't that enthusiastic. It was nice to see the stars on stage, but I swear, this play may be better than I think. To me it didn't make that much sense, but the chemistry between Jeremy Irons and Joan Allen was completely lacking. It's like maybe if you put, all I can say is the play wasn't of that much interest to me, and the performances, considering the star power on stage, were not riveting. And also Jeremy Irons, who plays another character besides his main character. There's a flashback where he plays an American painter. Had the worst, I think it was supposed to be Cape Cod, Massachusetts, maybe somewhere around their accent. Horrible. I just realized Jeremy Irons can't do accents. So Marsha Mason is in this, Andre DeShields, sort of totally wasted. Aaron Lazar has a nice little part. I know Aaron a little bit. He was the lead in the Sideshow revisal reading last year. At the Roundabout, the best thing I found out about going to Impressionism was Aaron Lazar has a club act that he's going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to that. So I would just say skip Impressionism. If you have to choose Reasons to be Pretty or God of Carnage, do that. Sorry about that report. All right, now on for some good news. A little over a year ago, I did a blog on a show that was previewing off-Broadway at Second Stage called Next to Normal. I loved it then. It's gone under a great revision. It had a production in D.C., Washington, D.C., and it's back on Broadway at the Booth Theater. It's in previews. It opens April 15th. I'll preface this by saying the two leads in the show are Alice Ripley, who was Violet Hilton in Bill and Henry's production of Sideshow on Broadway a little over a decade ago, and J. Robert Spencer, or as we know him, Bobby Spencer, who was actually was a swing and went on in a couple little roles, I think, during the run of Sideshow. So it was like a Sideshow reunion. So Bobby and Alice are now the leads in Next to Normal, and it was great. So I'm predisposed to like this musical. I loved it last year, and it's even better. Unfortunately, there's no set song list in the program, nor in the previous program, because I looked it up. So I can't compare what was changed. I know they dropped several numbers, they've replaced several numbers, they've rewritten, the characters are sharper. It's about a modern dysfunctional family, a woman who is bipolar, psychotic, a mother having to deal with a family, and a family having to deal with a mother. It's about over-medication and electroshock therapy, and it's a musical. I give it such credit because it's such a daring subject, and the audience was so with the story. Even during the book scenes, they were listening. You could hear a pin drop. The score is a pop rock score by Tom Kitt, and there's a couple numbers in there. Alice's Ballad, I Miss the Mountains, and Aaron Tvite's I Am Alive, I'm Alive, which still stick with me. I highly recommend this show. It's still in previews. I don't think they're going to make many more changes. as I said, I'm a little associated with this show because of my friendship with the leads, but I do love the show. And if you want something exciting and different, maybe you won't find it perfect. Maybe you'll find it a little difficult, but it's a great new musical. And original. It's so nice to have on Broadway. Well, congratulations, Alice and Bobby, and I love you both, and I just wish the best for this show. I want to add one more thing to Next to Normal, because as much as I raved about Alice and Bobby, the rest of the cast is so superb, so I want to give special shout-outs to Aaron Tveit as Gabe, the son, Jennifer Damiano as Natalie, the daughter, Louis Hobson as Dr. Fine and Dr. Madden, and Adam Chandler Barrett, I think his name is, Barrett. Sorry, Adam. Not sure how to pronounce your last name. As Henry. These characters, these actors are so good in their roles. The whole cast is just wonderful in this extraordinary piece. So I hope that you can go out there and see this most exciting musical. And now we're off to see Exit the King. Hi, well, I just got back from Exit the King, and I know that I'm easy and I like a lot of things, but I loved Exit the King. Jeffrey Rush gives one of the best performances that I have ever seen. Just a masterclass in watching body movement, watching phrasing. He's the reason to see this. Now, I actually like the play and the production. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and I've heard a lot of people complaining that it's too long, that Ionesco makes the point, we get the point, it's about a king who can't accept death and is dying, and that's the subject matter. But the point is to watch him he's not accepting death. It's like, some people say, oh, make it 90 minutes. Well, like, you accept death in 90 minutes. Okay, anyway, I got the points, but my point was watching Jeffrey Rush being pulled toward that last scene. And I'll tell you, the last stage picture of Act 1 is stunning, and the whole ending, where Susan Sarandon's performance finally comes into focus. She wasn't my favorite until the end. I thought she was really wonderful. The rest of the cast, Lorna Ambrose and Andrea Martin, are just comic geniuses. Neil Armfield directed. It's an absurdist piece by Eugene Ionesco. I happen to have studied a lot of absurd theater in the 60s when I was in college, and so it's really my cup of tea. I want to especially point out the guy who played the guard, Brian Hutchison. I thought he was magnificent. I could barely take my eyes off of him when if you see it, he does incredible things. I mean, with his head, his mouth, his eyes. William Sadler fills out the cast as the doctor, and this may not be for everybody. It's a Eugene Ionesco absurdist piece with a remarkable cast. It's only here till June, I think. I'm really glad I saw it. I loved every minute of it. Okay, see you next time.